Okay, first thing I'm going to do is go out and find an image. I kind of like this one right here, so I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to bring it over to Photoshop. So I right-clicked on it and went to Copy, went to Photoshop, and then in Photoshop I click New File. I'm just going to use a print layout, so I'm going to go to Print, and a letter form is just perfect. 300's high, but that's good. 800, 8.5 by 11, portrait, RGB color is fine, and I click Create. Now, I'm going to paste it in here, so I can go to Edit Paste, or I can use Command V. So I'm going to use Edit Paste so you can see it happen. Paste. There it is. All right, now I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So I click on it first, and then I do Command T for transform. And then I'm in Photoshop. You don't have to hold down the Shift key, so I'm going to make it bigger like this. And then I'm going to use the Move tool right here to just move it into this spot right here. All right, now there's a background layer in here. That's the first thing I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to unlock it, and then I'm going to go down here and trash it. And click Yes. Okay, so now you can see the checkerboard. That's the checkerboard that we want around him as well. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm clicked on his layer now and do Select Subject, or I can go to Select Subject. Now once it does this, I have him selected now, but I want to actually get rid of everything else. So I want to click on Select Inverse, or I can click on Select Inverse. Then I'm going to hit the Delete key, and now you can see I have just this profile now, which I like. And now I have to export it, but I want it to be a transparent background. So I'm going to go to File, Export, Export As, and it has to be a PNG, which defaulted to in my case, but if it goes to JPEG, it will be white like this. And if you go to a PNG, you'll see the checkerboard, which tells you it's transparent. You also have to make sure this is checked to say transparency. And then you click Export. And I'm going to save it somewhere on my desktop for now. I'm going to call it Profile 1, and that's the one I'm going to use. Okay, so now it's there. Now, I can just go to Illustrator at this point, and in Illustrator, open it up, and make sure you're in Window, Workspace, Essentials Classic. Okay, so that'll make sure it's right. Now I go to File, New, and I'm going to make it 8.5 by 11, so I'm going to go out to the Print again, and I'm in this letter format right here. I'm going to change it to pixels, or inches actually, so you can see that it's 8.5 by 11. And I want Portrait. CMYK color is fine. RGB, you can even turn it down to 150 to make it a smaller file, and then click Create. Now, I have to get the image in here, so I'm going to go to File, and I have the selection tool selected here. File, Place, and now I'm looking for the image. So it would be on my desktop, and it would be under, it'd be called Profile. So I'm just looking for the one called Profile. Profile 1, let's see, not in order, but that's alright. Profile 1.png. Okay, so I click Place, and now I just drag and make it as big as I want. Okay, and now I'm going to use the Move tool here. This that's actually the selection tool. I'm going to kind of put it right here so I can see where it's supposed to be. Okay, so now I'm doing Image Trace. Now Image Trace will show over here, but it only shows if you have it selected. So you got to select it first. And I'm going to go ahead and click Embed to kind of flatten it, and then I'm going to click off of it, back on it, click Image Trace, and I'm going to go to Silhouette. It'll say, do you want to do this? It's pretty large. Yep. Okay, so now I've got my profile nice and clean, and I'm going to click Expand, and now you see it got it down to his size rather than having all that extra space. Now I'm going to click off of it. I've got my thing ready here, and the reason I did it in Illustrator is it's nice and clean, lines everywhere. You can see they're very smooth. If I go back and just paste in the picture again, you'll see that's very pixelated. Okay, that's not what we want. We want to have it nice and smooth like this. So now, to get back out to my screen at full and be able to see again, I do Command 0, and it comes back to where we want it to be. Okay, so now I can print this out. I might want it a little bigger, so I'm going to hold down the Shift key while I resize it. If I don't hold down the Shift key, he'll distort. I don't want to do that, so Command Z to get it back. Command Z, and then I'm going to hold down the Shift key as I rescale it so that he stays proportional. So now I've got it about the right size. and now I can print it. So you can go to File, Print, and print it. If you want to make it a PDF, you can export it, export as, and then select PDF from this list, Adobe PDF, and you can save it to your desktop, or you can just save it as a JPEG or whatever you want. But most of all, you can also go to File, Print, and print the document from here. So let me see if I can find print. Oh, there it is right down here. So go to File, Print, and print it out. And that'll give you the profile view.